Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, April 17th. We move now. This is a time for us to pause in the middle of our days, to take a breath, to breathe in God's life-giving air, to center ourselves in God who made us. And I'm going to move away from sharing or talking about stories of Jesus' resurrection now and offer you each day a verse out of a psalm and work my way through all of the psalms. I hope it doesn't go on that long because there's 150 of them, but get as far as we can get during these days. And each day I'll lift out a verse from one of the psalms as an image for us to use as our meditation time. Psalm 1 is the first psalm I want to think with you about and offer you. And I'm going to read just one verse from that psalm. I don't want to read all of the psalm to you in any of the psalms. In this particular psalm, we're told that those who take delight in the law of God are the ones who find life. And it's described in this way in the psalm. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves do not wither. In all that they do, they prosper. They are like trees planted by water. That's the image I want to work with today, and offer that image of a tree planted by water and use that for our guided meditation. So I invite you to go to a room where you are at peace, where it is quiet and you can be alone for just 10 minutes. That's all we're going to be there at the very, very most. And sit down in a comfortable chair and take some deep breaths. And be aware of your breathing. Breathe in deeply, and as you breathe in the breath of life, the breath that God gives you. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. Breathe in the breath of life, and breathe out all that separates you from God. And as you breathe deeply, allow God's peace to come to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then imagine that God's peace comes to you not only in your breathing, but in water that washes over you. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes, so you feel the water and it's washing down over your head and your forehead and your face, and it feels wonderful. And it washes away the stresses and the tensions that you've been carrying. Oh, it feels so good. And then imagine that it washes down over your neck and your shoulders and down your arms and to your hands. And as it does so, the tensions that you've been holding in all of those places are washed away. And you're at peace. And imagine that it washes down your back down the front of your torso. And it brings peace and relaxation to those parts of your body. And then imagine that it washes over your thighs and your calves and your ankles and your feet, all the way to the tip of your toes. And as you breathe in nice and deep and breathe out, you become aware of the peace and relaxation that has washed over your body. And imagine that we are like a tree that is planted at the side of the water. And our roots are deep down into the ground and deep down into the water. Can you see the tree? And imagine, perhaps like time-lapse photography, the passage of some time, and the tree grows big and strong and healthy with those deep roots, and it weathers the storms that come, and it basks in the sunlight that comes, and it moves through the seasons of the year. Buds in spring, it offers shade in the summer, and the leaves are gorgeous in the fall. And it holds the snow in the winter. And it delights in all of it. When the storms come, it can handle it. Its roots are deep. We are like trees planted by the side of the water with deep roots that come from spending time with God, centering ourselves in God. As you sit or stand by the water now, when God is present with you, what do you hear God saying to you? What do you want to say to God? I'll give you time to have that conversation right now. And then the time for the conversation is reaching an end. So you bring it to a conclusion for now. And you allow that image to fade away. And you imagine the room where you are. And when you are ready, you open your eyes. Well, let's take a break, take a breath for today. I continue to hope and pray that these times together bring you some peace in the midst of all of the chaos that we are experiencing. If you have feedback or thoughts, send them along to rick@prospectchurch.org.